If you're learning how to code how people used to learn coding in 2020 or before that, then you are already behind. In this video, I'll be talking about how I will learn coding if I have to start from scratch in 2026 with all the steps, all the guidance, all the things that you need to learn because the rules have completely changed in the last few years. So hi guys, I'm Nishant Chahar. Welcome back to the channel. Let's start the video. So number one step is the same. First, you have to decide which programming language you will learn. So it can be Python, C++, Java, JavaScript, any. But I would recommend in 2026, it should be Python. Earlier, what people used to do is they used to watch 100 hours of content. They used to just go through videos, practice a bit less, and then just build random projects like a to-do list which you have deployed somewhere, or you might not even have deployed it somewhere, and they were able to get jobs. But now the focus has shifted to problem solving rather than these things like DSA or development. You still need to know the basics of data structures and algorithms. You still need to know the basics of development, but the things which are changed is the focus is more on how you are approaching a problem and how you are planning to solve this problem, because you are like having AI on your side to help you out. At the end of the day, companies are like promoting more use of AI. So you need to know how to solve a problem, but even if you don't remember the syntax properly, I think that will get redundant or it will like go away in some time. So after learning how to code, next thing that you have to do is decide which field do you want to go to. So once you have learned Python, you have multiple options. You can become a data scientist, you can become a data analyst, you can become an AI engineer, you can even become a software engineer, you can become a backend developer. So first you will have to decide which path do you want to take, and depending upon the path that you want to take, you will have to build your skills on top of it. And how will you do all these things? You'll need to build some projects. So if you want to become a data scientist, build projects related to data scientists. Go to Kaggle, like do contest, give contests. If you want to become an AI engineer, build projects around AI engineering. So one thing that you need to do is code with AI and not against AI. One of the most important skill that I will learn with any of these basic things is prompt engineering, which is the most important part. The way how you write prompts will keep on changing. So the most basic way to write prompts is giving a persona, giving a task, and then giving more context around how you want your output to be. And then there was something which is called JSON prompting, which helped people like get better outputs from LLMs. Then there was third thing that came recently was context engineering, giving as much context as you can, which is a part of the persona, task and context wala thing, but still you need to give more context. So the minimum thing that you need to learn, or something that you need to learn, is going to be prompt engineering, which is constant for any role that you are going to go for. So next is building projects and actually deploying or sharing it on social media, because your personal brand is definitely going to help you out. If you have a personal brand on Twitter or LinkedIn, that is going to help you out and get more opportunities. Every company is building social presence, and if you already have a social presence, it gives you an edge for sure. So whenever you are building a project, whenever you are learning something new, if you find something non-obvious which people might not find very obvious, share it on social media wherever you can. This is what I will do, and I'll also use the new AI tools to actually build these projects, the basic version of it at least, and then will build on top of these. I'll also show you how you can do that. So we'll be using Replit, and I'll build a AI mock interviewer bot which you can use to interview yourself and practice the interviews and actually get better. So I was talking about prompts earlier, right? So there is an amazing doc by Replit which you can definitely check it out. So efficient prompting with Replit AI, and there are examples of bad prompts and good prompts and explanation why that is a good prompt or a bad prompt. For example, fix my code. My script fails when processing user input. The error seems to be blah blah blah. And can you help me debug the validate input part? Here's the relevant error message, etc. So this is context engineering, giving exactly the right context. I'll put the link to this page in the description. So whenever you are building, you can refer this doc and it will help you build faster and better products. So I really like this doc. I have also gone through this doc multiple times whenever I'm building something new. So now we'll go to Replit. I have added the link to Replit in the description. You can go there and definitely check it out. So I have created the prompt. So create a AI mock interview app. Home screen should be choose interview type, DSA, HR, system design or technical. Interview screen, show one question at a time, text area for answer, and submit button. Let's add a voice mode also, and you can even upgrade this. You can even have a constant chat mode, so you can use voice models like 11 Labs, Cartesia, and improve this project and actually put it on your resume. So yeah, this looks good. We'll click on start building. So one thing I like about Replit is the integrations. You get a lot of integrations. You can actually connect a lot of your things like GitHub, Gmail, Notion. You can create Notion apps, you can create Gmail apps, you can create apps on top of all these things. You can even use MCP servers, you can use Figma MCP, you can use multiple other MCPs as well. And you can like add all this code to GitHub directly using this. So now you don't have to add an API key to use any LLM. It will do it on its own. So as you can see, it has already integrated OpenAI directly, and now it has installed all the things which are required, installing all the packages, and it will start building. So it is ready. As you can see, it has created all the websites. It even tested out the whole platform, and now you can like try it out. We'll try it out ourselves. The UI doesn't look that good. We can use the design mode first, and then we can actually build that application. It will have a better UI UX for sure, but it's okay. We can add prompts later. We'll add prompts later. So what it has been built: home screen, we have interview screen, we have AI evaluation using ChatGPT 4o. It will give a score 0 to 10. Result screen, dark mode. Then question bank with 12 plus real FANG interview questions. We can add more questions later on. The app uses AI integration for OpenAI. No key is required. And we can even publish this app. So we don't want to publish right now. I want to test out data structure in an algorithm. So I can actually speak. I'll allow. So it is a binary search tree. So we don't actually have to compare all the values. So it's been a long time since I have actually done DSA. So I might be wrong. So it has recorded the audio, but I can't, like, it's not transcribing the audio to this. So we can tell Replit feedback. So now it will understand all the code, make actual changes, and it will improve our website. So other than that, I think the screen and all is working fine. The HR behavioral questions are also there. It has created some questions for this. There are system design questions as well. We can connect it to multiple data sources to actually do something better, and then the audio part can improve. So this is the basic version. You can improve it, actually then publish it too using Replit itself. I have already given a prompt. We can also improve this prompt by going through the Replit docs. We can actually download the Replit docs, put it to Claude, and then use it from there. This is something that you should also do whenever you are building, whenever you are learning new things. Talk to the LLMs that are there, whichever LLM you are using. So we talked about first language, then we talked about which direction do you want to go to, then we talked about actually building projects. You can build projects like this. You can actually then publish this to GitHub and then clone it, improve it, and do it yourself if you want to, or you can do it using Replit as well. And while doing this, you'll get better at prompt engineering. You can actually create your own machine learning model which you can connect to this. So if you are not a front-end engineer, this can actually help you build all the front-end for the back-end application or the back-end code that you have written, and it is so fast and so seamless. So it has added the audio transcription to provide instant AI feedback on the answer as well. It has completed the code change. I'll publish this website. You can actually check it out. If it doesn't work, clone it and work on it. You can actually clone websites. So for example, if you like any project, I'll publish it just to show you guys. I'll make it public. I've published it. Interview coach / Nishant Chahar. If you want to try out Replit, there's a link in the description. If you go through that link, you'll get a $10 off for your first month subscription. Definitely check it out. So yeah, it's done. I can click on this and it will open up the app, and you can remix this app on your own. So I'll give access to you guys. You can actually remix this app, create whatever you want to create, try it out for sure, and then share it on LinkedIn and tag me. So yeah, this is the next step. You need to actually build projects, share it on social media, which will help you create your social presence, and it gets you more eyeballs for sure. And when you get more eyeballs, the chances of you getting a job or an internship increases 110%. These are the things I will do if I have to learn coding in 2026. I'll not start with C, C++ or Java. I'll start with Python. It is much easier. I'll choose a path, either AI engineering, data scientist, machine learning engineer, backend engineer, and then learn all the skills that are required for that particular job, and actually learn prompt engineering, how you can interact with LLMs, because these are the things which are very important and which are not going to change really soon. Also, according to Foundit Insight Tracker, there will be 1.28 crore jobs, which will be new jobs in the coming year in 2026. So you need to be prepared for these jobs. Learn how to use all the new tools, learn how to actually build stuff, learn about MCPs, learn about agentic protocols. If you want to become an AI engineer, even if you want to become a backend engineer, learn about all these things. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like the video. वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो वीडियो लाइक कर देना, सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वाली वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए